I can't say that for a fact. That I know that that's the best. So I know it's darn good, really good.
But do you think that the Big Ten would possibly benefit by looking and possibly realigning?
Worthy question. I know where the schedule is, and that's the one you prepare for.
What you did your first 2 seasons, but anything you're kind of looking to improve upon, or anything that you kind of worked on specifically in the offseason?
One of the biggest things is show consistency in the first down, show flashes of it in the 2018 season, but now it's about putting it on film consistently how I've done with first and second down.
You guys haven't played Michigan State and Madison since long before you. I think it's 2012. How much of pre-scout teams, like how much have you seen their defense, and how much are you aware of their personnel and their guys? And any thoughts on them at this point?
Yeah, those guys had a very stout defense, and one of the biggest things is you got to make sure each and every single week you tend to each team's strength. So once we get to Michigan State, then we'll game plan for those guys, and we'll come up with a scheme in order to try and come out and give ourselves the best chances to win. Right now we're looking at USF and ready to take those guys.
Yeah, and that's what we're working for right now is, to change that outcome, and hopefully we continue to improve every single day. That's what we're working for, and put ourselves in a good position to change that outcome.
What will it take? I mean, Wisconsin's kind of that barometer. You guys almost had them last year. What do you think it'll take to beat a team like that?
I think there's like 1 or 2 plays throughout the course of a game where you can look at and say, if I completed that pass, that drive continues. It's hard to say, that one play would change the course of the game, but it's also easy to say that because, hey, I make this play, we extend our drive, they have 30 seconds less on offense than what they would. I should say, realistically, close to 2 minutes probably if you're looking at 3 full plays. And then maybe they don't go down and score. They don't have an opportunity for a 2-minute drive, stuff like that. So, I think just execution, in big situations, especially third down. I know that I missed a couple throws in big situations during that game last year.
I don't know if this question was asked or not, but not a lot of players get a chance to be invited to back-to-back Big Ten Media Days. How much of a privilege is it for you to be able to come back for back-to-back years?
Yeah, it's extremely special to be invited, 2 years in a row. It's an awesome experience. It's a great event. It's awesome to, meet new players, meet guys from around the country that you wouldn't get to talk to otherwise. It's extremely special to be asked to come 2 years in a row.
In order to help the competitive balance a little bit more, do you think the league might be better off down the line not having divisions, just having 14 teams straight up?
I think those are the types of discussions that have to happen. We leave it the same, which is fine. We embrace the competitive aspect of our conference and specifically our side in our division. But again, I'm talking big picture from a playoff perspective. What is that? I'm not sure, because there's always going to be years. If you have 2 divisions, there's going to be years where one division is stronger than the other. So I just think it's worth having a healthy discussion from the president's level, from the AD's levels, from the commissioner, and I think it's always helpful to have the head coach's opinions as well.
So since they went to division,
It's interesting because I was in the SEC when this whole discussion was happening about 8 or 9 games, and the coaches unanimously wanted to go 8, and we stayed at 8, and other conferences decided to go to 9.
since they went to divisions,
I remember after the first game, Rondell said to me he had to get back and go to class the next morning as it was a late night game. But what's it like to as a coach, bring kids to a Big Ten event like this and a highlight of their career being here representing the university?
I think all the young men here that represent all the Big Ten teams are great ambassadors for their program. Ours are no exception. Rondell, who we've talked about, is a tremendous student, does everything right off the field, an outstanding player. You got Marcus Bailey, who is out to prove himself each and every year, works extremely hard, has had a lot of productivity for us, and I think he wants to have a great senior year. And then Lorenzo Neal is a big presence on the inside. He's physical. He's a guy we kind of have to have in there. He can make a difference for us. We got to keep him healthy as well. He's had a few injuries, but all three of them are terrific people. They do things the right way. They want to win, and I think they'll be great leaders.
You guys, but in the kickoff luncheon, Casey O'Brien was the keynote speaker. What were some of the takeaways you got from that?
What was that? Sorry.
From the kickoff luncheon,
Yeah.
the keynote speaker is Casey O'Brien.
Yes.
What were some of the takeaways you got from that?
Yeah, Casey's story. I've never heard it before, but it's something that really blew me away. And he touched on it a lot. You know, the brotherhood of the Big Ten and everyone sticking together. Yeah, we fight with each other every single week for 4 years, but after that, it's kind of it's a bigger thing than just us. So he hit that, but. The story that he showed of the toughness and fighting the cancer over and over again, it shows his toughness. But like I said before, when he hits on that, the honor it is to play in the Big Ten, it is an honor, and I'm happy that he's doing well now in the spirit of the brotherhood of the Big Ten. And just wish him the best. But that speech was incredible. I think everybody was moved by it in the entire room.
Now, Pat, what about Hunter Johnson's progression to the offense, especially being on the scout team beforehand, having a good spring ball?
Yeah, I think Hunter, is like a lot of young players in any program. He's learning the offense. He's grown and developing relationships with his teammates. And I think he's gaining trust and confidence of those teammates. But that's a process. It's the same thing that every player goes through. And, he's got a great personality. He's incredibly humble, devout in his faith, and just a really impressive guy. So he's just working through that process.
Coach, no